What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Union watching the Ragin Ronin review. I got a review for you. Last Friday, I saw 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. This would be Michael Bay's 12th film in his 21-year career, and it is also his most serious film to date. Now, when you think of Michael Bay, you automatically think of loud, dumb, fun, mindless summer popcorn blockbuster films filled with action and explosions. Well, at least that's what the critics always say. They call them summer popcorn blockbuster films. Well, this one's quite different. Like I said before, it's very serious. It's a serious film. And it is, in fact, his third film that deals with a real true life event. First one being Pearl Harbor, which was not a very good film. Second one being Pain and Gain, which was a tragic event, which he turned into a comedy. But his third time at a true life event, he dealt with in a more serious manner. There's a very serious tone to this film. After all, it deals with a very serious situation. If you don't know the story behind 13 Hours, it is about this American embassy compound which was stormed by Libyan militants in Libya. And the only guys that were available to help them out was these secret American soldiers, the CIA operators. They weren't all CIA, but there are these American military operators stationed at another compound, and they were the only help that the guys at the American embassy had. They were it. They were the cavalry, and it was only 6 guys, and there was a lot of politics preventing them from going to help out. It was out of their jurisdiction, but they decided that it was the right thing to do. They had to do it. All right, screw the politics. We have to go in there and help out other Americans. So this is a story of heroism, survival, and doing the right thing. And just like I said before, screw the politics. That's what they were thinking of. And that's what Michael Bay was also thinking of when making this film, which was a good thing, actually. There's actually a lot of political mumbo-jumbo which took place in the background, but he doesn't cover any of that. And I think that was a good thing about this movie because he kept the politics out of it. The focus was these 6 guys, these 6 heroes that decided to do the right thing. And that was a very good direction for this film. Because really, without these guys being there for these other Americans, it would have been a total loss. It would have been a huge disaster. All right. So about this film, was it good? Was it a decent film? Well, I'll say that it was good, and I'll say that it was decent. I don't think it's a great film. I don't think it's an outstanding film, but it's definitely one of Michael Bay's better films, right behind The Rock. I think The Rock is his best film to date, and this one would be right behind it. And it's because he decided to pull back on the silliness. He pulled back on the fun. It's not a fun situation. He kept it serious in tone, and he kept it quite simple. And this is, when you really think about it, a very simple situation. Americans are being attacked. These guys are there to rescue them. It's all about survival. That's it. All right? It doesn't get any more complicated than that. He left the politics out of it, so there's nothing complicated that should complicate the situation. So we got 2 hours and 20 minutes, 40 minutes of establishing the characters and the situation. The rest of the film, full-on action with a little bits of exposition thrown in here and there. All right? And you know what? I think it totally works. I cared for the characters. I enjoyed the performances. I think that the performances from John Krasinski as Jack Silva and James Badge Dale as Tyrone, aka Roan, I think they were the strongest. I think there was some good direction put in there with those characters. And along with the other actors who played Tonto and Oz, Boone, and Tig, they did a great job as well. And they are the actors who portrayed the real life heroes. And I don't know anything about historical accuracy or what really went down, but all I know is that if this is what really happened, then they portrayed them with justice. Because what I see there was selfless heroes who decided that they wanted to put themselves into a very dangerous situation so that the other people can survive. Basically, they defended other people. They defended other people's lives, and they thought it was the right thing to do, which in my opinion, I believe it totally was. So, like I said before, this is a good film. This is a decent film, but it comes with some problems. Okay, surprise, surprise. Okay, so the things that I thought could have been improved was the way that action was shot. It was very, very lots of handheld work. Okay, so a lot of shaky cam. I know Michael Bay likes to do that to put us right in the middle of the battle, but I think that it's getting played out. It's a little bit tiresome, and it just creates too much chaos. You know, we want to see what's going on. We don't need the camera shaking all the time. And I also think that there's a little bit too much close-ups of the American soldiers, especially when they're firing. When they're shooting at somebody, we don't know who they're shooting at, all right? We just see some nameless, faceless bad guys in the background, and I'm thinking, did he shoot that guy, or did he shoot the other guy, or did he shoot the third guy? Like, who are they shooting at, all right? I know they're Libyan militants, but at least make them not look like zombies. They essentially, the bad guys feel like zombies. It feels like a zombie film, like a modern zombie film. All right, they just keep on coming non-stop, and these are the last hope, and they just have to defend this American compound from these zombies storming in, and that's what it is. And they're just waves and waves and waves of them keep on coming. So yeah, it kind of creates a lack of geography in the situation, because they keep on talking about, like, there's the back gate and the east exit and the west gate or whatever, right? And we don't know where everything is in relation to everything else. There's no sense of geography of what is going on, because Michael Bay is too focused on these close-up shots of the American soldiers. So that creates for a lack of any sense of geography for what's really going on. Okay, all I see is just random action shots. It gets better later on as the movie progresses, but in the first half of the battle, it's just complete chaos, and it really kind of bothered me in that sense. Okay. The other thing that I think could have been improved was that I wish he didn't make it too stylized. Of course, like I said before, there's the handheld camera work, but I wish he would just take away the those Michael Bay moments. Like, for example, there's a little bit of slow-mo thrown in here and there, just for a visual style, and also some musical cues. There were some musical cues that I thought were thrown in the wrong parts. The movie is intense, it's serious, there's a lot of high tension, and then suddenly the tone is suddenly changed because they decided to throw in some musical cues, or just throw in a slow motion, and I'm like, that was intense. Why did you kill the moment? So this was a directorial decision that Michael Bay made, which I thought was a poor decision. Okay, but other than that, I really enjoyed it. There was actually moments where I actually cared about these characters. I cared for their survival. I hope that nothing bad or nothing too bad happened to them. When someone got shot, I was like, ooh, like it was actually a pretty intense situation. He recreated the battle with a lot of intensity, and I actually recognized the characters. I recognized who played who, even though they all had beards and, they're all in that gear, but I recognized the names. I recognize what they look like, and that's a very, very important thing, because later on, in other films where you just see nothing but soldiers, you don't know who is who. But in this one, they did a good job in really making us know which soldier is who, and how their role is important in the entire situation as a whole. So that was good. And so, what is my final score? I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It's a decent film. It's not a great film. It's not an outstanding film. It is no Black Hawk Down. It is no Lone Survivor. It's definitely no Zero Dark 30. But I think Michael Bay really, really wanted to tackle a subject like this. He actually could have directed Black Hawk Down. He wanted to direct Lone Survivor, and I also read that he was interested in Zero Dark 30, but he never got a chance to make his Black Hawk Down film. This is his Black Hawk Down film, and I think that he did a good job for what he could do. All right, this was the best he could do. But honestly speaking, I think that had another director tackled this situation, it could have been better. A little bit less stylized, a little bit too much style, but at the end of the day, it was still an enjoyable film, and it was an enjoyable, serious film, and I think that he did did justice to for the heroes, the real life heroes. So there you go. There you have it. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. The only things that I think could have been improved is the way the action is shot, and it would have been nice to give us a better sense of the geography of the situation. And that's it. As always, if you enjoyed this review, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. On fall of 2016, this year. But now it looks like it's going to be delayed to 2017. Now, I don't know the exact date,